yesterday and today and forever. And he does change up for the different times we're in. He's not going to come bringing us in on a donkey, but he'll bring us up in a Cadillac. Hallelujah. And this takes accountability. Like we said, we're going to ask that question at the end of the recording. Are we receiving what we've been handed down from the prior generation and being responsible with it, good or bad? And see, that's the whole point we're making today. Make sure you're on the right team and what you're handing down to the next generation. Each generation answers for how it stores the trust it has received in turn. Received in turn, and that's the word of the day. Received in turn. Received in turn. So as you receive, you're putting it out and adding your 2 cents on it, adding your flavor to it, which is your personal testimony of how the Most High came to you with this good news, and it saved your soul. It changed you from the man or woman who you used to be and transformed your life. Now you walk righteously. And we see this in Judges 2:10-11. After that whole generation had been gathered to their ancestors, another generation grew up who knew neither Yahuwah nor what he had done for Yasharal. Then Yasharal did evil in the eyes of Yahuwah and served the Baals. And that's what's going on now. Just like we saying, they're on the wrong squad. They're on the wrong team. They ain't know nothing about Yahuwah. That's why that prior generation died off. The whole generation had been gathered to their ancestors. Yeah, they died off. Because none of them was telling the children about Yahuwah, about the good things he has done for Yasharal. And belief or faith is transmissible. It must be received personally, yet handed on down intact. Yeah, it always has to become a personal testimony, a personal receiving of the good news. You can't pass nothing down, family, if you don't receive it for yourself. You can say mama and them got it, but don't mean that you got it. Dad and them got it, but don't mean you got it. You could be a PK all day, but you'll be the first thing busting hell wide open. The PK chap. Okay, pastor's kid. What do you know? Really, not what mom and daddy and them know. What you personally receive, you have to hand it down intact. The whole story, not some of it. Just like a PK, they know of the Most High. They can tell their children of the Most High, but can they tell them of Yahuwah, their creator, their maker, the one who gave them salvation and then gave them their mission in life to pass it on, like Patty say.
Pass it on.
And we see this in Psalm 78, a Psalm of Asaph. My people, listen to my instructions. Open your ears to what I'm saying, for I will speak to you in a parable. I will teach you hidden lessons from our past, stories we have heard and known, stories our ancestors handed down to us. How good the Most High has been to us, or just how he judged our nation and sent us into captivity for our hard head. Yeah, all of it. We will not hide these truths from our children. We will tell the next generation about the glorious deeds of Yahuwah, about his power and his mighty wonders. Yeah, his mighty wonders in taking our forefathers out of Egypt, and how he's taking us out of this Babylon and this spiritual Egypt. So each generation should set its hope anew on Yahuwah, not forgetting his glorious miracles and obeying his commands. Then they will not be like their ancestors, stubborn, rebellious, unfaithful, refusing to give their hearts to Yahuwah. Receive in turn, the term refers to the orderly passing down of the sacred charge from one generation to the next. What charge, Robert? The covenant. We're speaking on the covenant continuity today, family. How Yahuwah is doing his part to keep it going. Now our job is to do our part, whatever he tells us to do. And the text tells us, the set apart text portrays such succession not as a merely human arrangement, but as the divine work of Yahuwah, who sovereignly guards his covenant purposes through time. Yeah, he's gonna keep that ball rolling. Because he made promises. He made covenant with our forefathers. By showing that each generation received in turn, script highlights both continuity and accountability in the plan of redemption. And we see this in Acts 7:45. And this is Stephen as he's laying down the law. As he's putting that text out there, the good news out there, Yasharal got upset with him and said, "You can't do that." Let's read the text. And it's Acts 7. We're going to read 45 first, and then we're going to read a few scripts down. And our fathers, having received in turn, brought it with Joshua when they dispossessed the nations Yahuwah drove out before them. It remained until the time of Dawid. And from King Dawid to Solomon. And Solomon dropped the ball, but it continued on down the line to Yahusha and through the other prophets. Let's get back to Stephen. Stephen spoke with that fire, didn't he? Yeah, it's the text we're about to see. He was filled with the Ruach HaKodesh. You stiff-necked and uncircumcised in hearts and ears. You always resist the Ruach HaKodesh as your fathers did, so do you. Which of the prophets did your fathers not persecute? And they killed those who foretold the coming of the just one, Yahusha, of whom you now have become the betrayers and murderers, who have received the law by the direction of angels and have not kept it. Received the law, Robert? I thought the law was done away with. No, the covenant is not done away with. We just saw it being passed down from Moshe to Joshua or Joshua in the form of the tabernacle. It's the Most High's presence. And it's all about his word. What he says on the matter. His covenant. Who have received the law by the direction of angels and have not kept it. When they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, and they gnashed at him with their teeth, which what I believe is they cussed him. They ain't just grind their teeth on him, they cuss. And this is how we know. Let's read two more scripts. But he, being full of the Ruach HaKodesh, gazed into heaven and saw the glory of Yahuwah and Yahusha standing at the right hand of Yahuwah, and said, "Look, I see the heavens open and the Son of Man standing at the right hand of Yahuwah." They cried out with a loud voice, stopped their ears, and ran at him with one accord, and they cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at the feet of a young man named Saul. Is this the Apostle Saul, who would later become the Apostle Saul? Yeah, it is. So, Robert, what does this covenant continuity have to do with me? I'm nobody's leader or teacher or preacher. In reality, my friend, either you are going to be expediting the covenant of Yahuwah to the next generation by example, as Stephen was doing,